Apparently, right now, there's calls for a coordinated reporting campaign of me for doxing somebody's name, quote unquote. Even though I've never done such a thing, never doxed anybody. I pointed out somebody is the same somebody as a public article wrote about, but that is not doxing. And I'm not even the one who pointed out that this article was them, but you know. Uh, apparently because I pointed out that this streamer, this Kyle, is the same person who had articles written about them for like doxing a minor. Because I pointed that out, apparently they're claiming that that's me doxing them. You don't cook in sauces like oyster sauces. You don't cook in sauces like oyster sauce. It will burn. Ask someone who knows. They made him? I don't know if they did. Twitch doesn't seem to be responding to anybody. Twitch doesn't actually seem to be responding to anybody. I on on Twitter yesterday, I told him to put it down. Oh, the about page is back to a naughty list with more names. Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess that's over now. I guess that's all over now. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, well, ABC. Welcome, by the way. Are you the same ABC as before? Um, your name is the same, so I'm gonna sit one ABC 123. I'm assuming you're from before. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm gonna show you something. Well, I do want to show you something. This is Abuser 101 shit, and the reason why I want to show you this is so that you can see for yourself that this, whether or not you agree with someone's politics or not, this right here is Abuser. This is like 101. This is like if there was Pup, what are you going through? Pup, I think you need to calm down. ABC, ABC, what are you what's the problem with ABC now? What's the problem with ABC? ABC is like not coming in here as like doing stuff for Kyle or something. I think you misread something ABC said again. He said ABC said control freak much. This person sounds scary, referring to Kyle, not to me. I can take care of it, ABC. Just he's having a rough day with family shit. It's understandable. People misread things. That's not a big deal. Okay, so but I just want to show you that this right here is abuser 101 stuff right here. This person here says, We aren't. It's over, but this person here goes, I don't associate with racist, periods. You've only given me increasing evidence to believe, whether you realize it or not, that you are racist. And then look at this response. This is gaslighting abuser 101. This is like textbook shit right here. Yeah, you say that, but you did associate with me for months and had no issues. You even subscribed. So, if you're randomly claiming I'm a racist now, that makes you one too. But we both know that's a lie. Thank goodness you have me to keep you honest. That is like textbook abuser tactics right there. Somebody pointing out that they have noticed that you are racist or that you do racist things, and your response is to say, well, you associate with me, so if you associate with me, you must be a racist too, or otherwise, thank goodness I'm keeping you honest. Like, that is abuser shit right there. It don't matter whether a politics are agree or not. And then, no, I was upset though. Upset that I supported someone who would think saying something like that is okay. If I could get a refund, I would. And then look at this one again. Well, as I expected to you that day, as I explained to you that day, and as you seemed incapable of understanding, I didn't say what you think, but I am concerned about your interpretation. What is going on with you IRL? You're you weren't like this 2 weeks ago. What happened at work or home? Again, gaslighting. You're upset with me? Must be some. It's not me that's the problem. No, no, it can't possibly be. What happened at work or home? Again, this is 101 textbook fucking gaslighting like abuser shit right here. Yeah, no, seriously, Ice? Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, he did admit that all of the that what he's doing is entirely for quote unquote clout. So we all know that is absolutely what it is. I mean, we had people like coming forward that are like, I have far more followers than I did in 2020 when everything happened. But Kyle Dempster used to be a popular Twitch streamer for Elder Scrolls Online before he tried to dox me and my friends for holding him accountable to being gross and weird towards some lesbians. Hmm. Sounds familiar, kinda, doesn't it? Does that does that sound like anything we're seeing? Like the way this Kyle has been towards Lainey, for instance, perhaps. Any similarities there? Maybe just a few. Um, there was another person that came spoke out too. This person here. Kyle is still a massive loser and serial harasser, I see. I had the displeasure of him attempting to report me to the Salt Lake City police because I made a meme about him being cringe. Unfortunately for Kyle, I live in the United Kingdom. Yeah, technically, this is pre Scary Larry. This is prior to Scary Larry. And I just want you to see the way this communist. Okay, I want to show you another thing too. Right quick. Okay. That there I want to grab right quick. And this. Wait, what the fuck? This wasn't what I was looking for. Hold on. Hello, 911? Someone made a meme about me. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's how I can get this. Here's how I can get Kyle to stop right here. Straight up, you were an abuser and you were targeting people for harassment based off of provable lies. Remove it all and stop your hate campaign. Hey, Almac. This person here, Vexy, in response to my original quote here, just saying about how streaming is important income for me, I find it suspect that so-called communists would be working so hard to get me deplatformed. When you know settlers have every dollar for every 25 cents we got. This person Vexy commented and said, Kyle Vexy Quintus Varus says Kyle is still a massive harasser and massive loser and serial harasser. I see. I had the displeasure of him attempting to report me to the Salt Lake City police because I made a meme about him being cringe. Unfortunately for Kyle, I do not. I live in the United Kingdom, not in Salt Lake City.
I've got some literature in my car that will change your whole way of thinking.
Almac, thank you so much, comrade, for the subscription. Appreciate that. So like this is supposed to be a communist. And then there was this part right here. He says, again, you lie. You did no such things. Because I said in this clip you were referring to, again, I said I was actually speaking against blood quantum, if we want to be serious. Oh shit, 6 months in advance? Goddamn. Almac, I did not notice that. Thank you, comrade. And congratulations on that eel ray. So does he want to call the police on a streamer who educates Juche? Yes, actually he does. Right here. He says so. He says so right here, Frankster. Go fuck yourself, NTC says. Straight up, you were an abuser, and you were targeting people for harassment based off provable lies. Remove it all and stop your hate campaign. No. Not until he is banned from Twitch permanently, or he can apologize and renounce Juche. I'm glad you love her cat emotes. Most of them are bug. So if I renounce Juche, then he'll stop harassing me. I wonder if us colonized people have ever heard anything like this before. Renounce this thing that I have never studied. Renounce this thing that I've never read a word of. Renounce this thing that I haven't the first fucking clue of, and I'll stop harassing you. If you condemned hummus, yeah. Exactly. It's literally, I mean, it's literally right from the same playbook. I think when asked about, he admits he knows nothing on the subject but has heard scary things. So he wants me to renounce Juche, not based on his own investigation of it himself. Not based on anything he's actually read in Juche, but based on things that have been written about Juche. That, you know, a philosophy created in the most targeted, most sanctioned, most fucking, like, country like in Asia, essentially. Okay, that makes a lot of fucking sense as a communist, I guess. I mean, DPRK isn't even the reason why I started studying Juche. As I said before, it was actually Dene comrades who got me started studying Juche because the Navajo Nation Socialist Party studies it, and lots of colonized people do. Africa, all over the fucking world. Kyle maybe ought to ask himself why colonized people all over the world are studying the works of Kim Il Sung, Mao Zedong, uh, Amilcar Cabral, stuff like this, rather than being stuck with Trotsky and fucking Lenin in 2024. Like, look, Lenin's cool and everything, but there's, like, people have done shit. People have written some important contributions to her theory since then. Uh, you know? And Kim Il Sung, Mao Zedong, they're some of them that added very important things to her theory. And all of this is because I simply looked at a picture on his website and just said that saying that I had a problem with the idea that Xi Jinping and even that Xi Jinping especially is there on the same level as like an imperialist power as the US. It's like you realize China is the victim of imperialism. China has just come out of a long period of literal imperialist powers chewing away at every little bit of fucking China. What are you doing in my website? I wrote and published and it's public. Yeah, exactly. Forgivable debt imperialism. I hate when people excuse their laziness by saying, "Why should I care about what some old man said 100 years ago?" Yeah, I agree. That's why I even find, like I say, I even find like, okay, he's come to a better position on Lenin and stuff. So why does he just parrot the same shit about like the Stalin era, for example? About because he claims I would have to like go through all of these comments and stuff to find it, but he claims that because I like have pushed back against the mainstream narrative about Stalin, that him telling me to go against the wall is just language that I would understand. It's like, so you're a communist who believes all the lies about communists, including in Korea, including Stalin. Like, these people aren't perfect. Lenin either is not a perfect fucking individual, but the fucking revolutionary movements that they led were important, and the reason for like the whole reason why like Stalin is basically targeted the way that he is because it's a way to target the whole and discredit the whole movement itself, to discredit Marxism, Leninism in general. That's the purpose of it. And like people in the third world, they don't really share the same black legend bullshit that we do here in the West. That like fuck, just for example, look at how many people in India, like I've said before, are named after Stalin, for example. And if you want to learn more about Stalin, a good start is Domenico Lacerdo's History and Critique of a Black Legend. That's a good fucking start. And Domenico Lacerdo is far from being like a Stalin apologist or something like this. He gives you fucking the history, actual context. Again, he criticizes us for how we use our platform, yet thinks bullying other streamers is a fine way to use his platform. Yep, exactly. And that's at the end of the day what he is. It's a bully. It's like I showed you what he said to Almac there. That was textbook 101 abuser shit. Oh, I'm a racist? Well, you associated with me, so you must be a racist too. So how does it feel? Oh, well, we both know we're not racist, so I'm just keeping you honest. Haha. That's abuser shit. That's gaslighting. It's like textbook 101 gaslighting. And the same with the other statement I showed you. You can't be perfect within the framework they found themselves. Mistakes are going to happen, especially when they try to build the first socialist state ever. And I mean, even today, mistakes are going to happen. Revolution isn't a dinner party. Socialism isn't the establishment of a socialist system isn't the end of revolution. It's the beginning of the revolution. A revolution that has to carry on for many generations in the face of imperialist onslaught, in the face of capitalist restoration, in the face of all of these fucking things. This revolution has to carry on until the higher stage of communism is reached. Socialism is that lower stage communism. Just when it first has all of the leftovers, the hangovers of communist of the capitalist society, which then must be overcome over a period of time. And then like he even was caught like in his own lies. Like here where he says, right here, he goes, again, you lied. Show me proof of you pushing back on the blood quantum thing, and I'll retract my words. So NTC shares a video clip and says, oh, look, a fucking colonizer being dishonest when the receipts are public. Actually, he's literally commenting on it, basically. Not shocked at all, actually. And then look at this. You are not denouncing blood quantum, you are arguing about the definition of it. This isn't the W you think it is. NTC goes, way to double down, and then 2 seconds later he goes, upon listening to it twice, I can give him that the fuck that is the denouncement of it. I will remove the blood quantum comment about Larry from the page. You did good work here today. I still think he is guilty by association, as are you. Two things I say to this. Two things I say to that. It's on the accuser to provide evidence, not on me to provide negative evidence of me supporting blood quantum. I'm not like that. That's not how that works. You got to prove that I support that. So before you make accusations about people, including about figures and philosophies like Juche or Stalin that you don't know about, maybe you ought to listen first before you do a lot of talking. White people have a lot of problems with that. A lot of problems with that. Their gums be a flapping. They don't know what they're talking about. They heard stuff in the they hear stuff in the mainstream background assumptions, and they just parrot it like it's their own thoughts. They're like, whoa! Stalin's a big strong man and he liked to put people up against the wall. I'm a communist. Or like, I've heard that Juche is just Japanese fascism rebranded for Korea, so therefore renounce Juche. Like maybe you ought to stop talking so much and do some learning and reading. Also, he doesn't understand the intricacies of blood quantum, but has decided to make it his cause. And this is the other thing, right? This is the other thing about it. Whether Kyle realizes or understands this or not, like as much problems I have with it, nations still use it to count and fucking track their members. I have lots of problems with it, but if you can't understand the nuances about what it is or how it fucking relates to like native people, maybe, again, you ought to shut the fuck up about it. Again, with the flapping at the gums when they shouldn't be flapped, when the ears should be doing the sucking up of the sound waves, the mouth is going instead. And then again, we have more gaslighting of me here. Just I have adjusted it to say on my Twitch page it no longer blames Larry for the blood quantum. I will also make a note of it in a future podcast. See how easy this is? All you need to do is proof your absurd claims. My absurd claim of never having supported blood quantum when you're the one who's doing it. It's on his Twitch page again. Blood quantum is something that pertains to native people, Kubashi. I don't even want to fucking really get into it at the moment. It's a way in which colonizers determine if your blood is native enough or not in order to be considered in order to be a member of like a nation if you aren't already. And it's used by colonizers in order to basically claim indigeneity when they're not. It's a tool to accelerate or genocide by claiming this child is now too white to be native, and then excluding them. It is also the same blood quantum law is used in a misogynistic way to say that, oh, if you're a woman and you marry this white person, you then lose your status. You lose your nationhood status. And it was that way until fucking 1996. So maybe Kyle ought to shut the fuck up about blood quantum when he knows nothing about it. He should not even be mentioning it. It's like a knock against somebody. Blood quantum, that just you shut the fuck up. You don't say blood quantum. Kyle does not. As far as I'm concerned, Kyle doesn't get to say fucking blood quantum, let alone fucking say whether this person or that person is pro or anti. You don't get to say that. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your community unless you're thinking of pulling some Elizabeth Warren shit or something. So if you're not planning to do that, shut the fuck up about blood quantum. I can't believe how I mean I don't want to use insane. He's predatory, right? I don't want to use insane because no. No, I don't want to I'm not going to throw people with mental illness under the bus like that. He's just a fucking predator. And from what I'm seeing, he has a long history of abuse. And when he gets called out on his abuse, he rebrands into something else. First, it's Kyle, the Elder Scroll screamer, and then, you know, first he's called the Elder Scroll streamer, and then when he's held accountable for abuse he's done during that, he rebrands to Kyle the paranormal streamer, and now he's Kyle the communist. It's just another grift for him at the end of the day. That's pretty much all I got to say about it. I showed you how it's textbook 101 abuser shit, so on and so forth. And like I say, this is a long, long thing. We're trying to do at this point is just to get Twitch eyes on it and have everybody know that we are simply all I've done and all Lane has done and all Daydream Beyond has done and all Spilled Bag of Ice has done is not start drama. We have pushed back against just slanderous attacks against us. If you want to know who starts drama, just look at the about sections of people's of the about sections of people's streams and see who has a big list. I was his friend for a long time, but then looked at how he acts and when I questioned him. And Daydream, it's like a show with Almac. Every time someone questions him or says, "Kyle, you're being abusive," or maybe you don't realize it, but you're being this way, he gaslights and says, and puts it back onto you having something wrong with you. There's something wrong with your home life. There's something wrong with your interpretation. It's you. You're the problem, never Kyle being called out on his thing every single time. And that's how he just avoids accountability. So all of this is for clicks, and all of this is for him to try and have this campaign against me. The only reason I wanted to address this now is simply because he said he's going to have this targeted campaign against me for me trying to dox him. And I just want to clear the air and make it known that all we have ever done is push back on what is obvious a targeted harassment campaign, telling people to deplatform and avoid these streamers on this big long list that he's got going. There's nothing wrong with criticizing each other's incorrect position. There's nothing wrong with saying that something's wrong with this position or that position. But there is a difference between that and this. Yeah, and this is why now I just wanted to clear the air. I feel like that's done. I could highlight this and leave it on the thing. And what I think the best strategy from here, if Twitch will not do something, is to starve Kyle of content of us. I blocked him on Twitter. If he harasses you, I recommend blocking, because I think that he is predatory. So if he follows you on Twitter or something, and if he is harassing you on Twitter, I recommend not to respond to him and go on with him, but to block him. And if you block him, you can still see his tweets and stuff like this, right? It's just that he can no longer interact with you if you don't want him to. Um, I think Kyle is a literal dangerous person. I think that they I think that he is actually, yeah, I think he's actually like somebody that I do worry about. Because like in his own mind, he thinks that deplatforming and doing and working to get rid of her creature comforts is doing this great service. Again, because he does not understand like solidarity properly. He doesn't understand that even though we might disagree on something, we might disagree on China or Russia and shit like this. There's that. Follow our comrade Sinister Hand, by the way. Doxing, when he openly admitted it wasn't legal doxing, as his name was publicly available on articles. Yeah. See, I have a whole thing recorded where Kyle said things about relating to basically threats towards me, and I sent that to Twitch. So we'll, but we just can't get eyes on them, which is why I think, like I say, I'll cut this section out. I showed you how he gaslights anybody. It doesn't matter how long you knew him. It doesn't matter how long you were in his community, how many times you gifted subs. If you try and hold him accountable, if you push back against any of his bullshit, he will gaslight you, and he will do the same shit that he's done with Almac, with Laney, with Daydream Beyond, with who knows how many countless people before. Blatt literally said that he has never seen somebody disagree with Kyle and not have Kyle react and say, well, you must be having problems at home. This, basically putting it on somebody else, which tells me again, which worries me and tells me that they're a predator. And so I'm gonna clip this, and I'm gonna and I'm gonna put this like on my YouTube if I have to, or on private or whatever. And if anybody needs this and my other YouTube, it's there. The thing with Kyle, thankfully, is that I'm not that new to communism. I've been I've been online as a communist for quite a number of years, so thankfully people are aware. I have I have a enough of a following that people are aware of, like, my positions on things. They have seen my work before, whether it's with Iskra Books or with the Korean Friendship Association, or with with other things that I've done with the Communist Current before that, with my YouTube. I've been online. I've been a communist for over a decade, and I've been online for that same amount of time talking about communism. So thankfully, that's the thing that I think I have to my benefit. And if he comes for any of our comrades, I think the best thing for all of us to do from here on, I'm going to clip this and put this on my YouTube. So if you have to explain to somebody, those things are going to be available on my YouTube for you. But I think our best bet is like Complainy Laney, Daydream Beyond, Spilled Bag Up Ice, everybody who's on that list. Our best at this point, because Twitch won't respond, our best thing is to just, I think, starve him of content from here on. My position is here. I've responded to what he said here. I've responded to the doxing thing. So I think we starve him of content, and if he comes for any comrades again, like if he comes for any of you comrades again, then and I feel like there's not enough out there to respond to it, then I will jump out in front of it again if need be. Because I feel like I do feel confident enough in like my history and enough people seeing my shit online for long enough that I'm not afraid of the lies that Kyle's gonna say. So I think we try our best to starve him of content about of this, and if it comes time, if there comes another time when I need to get out in front of it again, then I will. We can only take the steps allowable to distance ourselves from him as individuals. And I will never advocate for brigading, both from an ethical standpoint and from terms of service. Absolutely. I will eventually block, but he's already stated that he will make as many accounts as he needs to until his goal is completed. So it's something to keep in mind and be prepared. Yep, absolutely. And that's why I say we're gonna have to be like a little vigilant that there is this abuser out there that is willing to target anybody that he feels, from his perspective, is distorting Marxism. And we should just do our best to sort of starve him of content, I think. Any of you can DM me, any of you can reach out to me anytime you need to. If there's something that can be done that we can talk about on like the hush hush, then we will do that.
I've got some
like,
literature in my car that will change your whole way of thinking.
I mean, like I say, I've had a native comrade try and give him a way out of this, and he refused to take it, and even tried to put lies in this person's mouth. You met me through You Got Nick recently when I was interested with your streams. I like the vibe of your streams, comrade. Well, thank you, Kubachi. Appreciate that. And thank you for the resub me, Frank. Appreciate you being here for so long. Exactly. We're not alone, he is. And I think what will end up happening is, because there's nothing for him to stand on. We have the receipts of everything. He's gonna just end up basically shooting himself in the foot. because he's going to keep this going and he's going to keep making accusations, and there's plenty of evidence to the contrary of what he's saying. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Ree. I know they do. The whole reason why I got clapped so fast for the robot nipple, Ree, was because people watch my stream now. They're here right now. Yeah, yeah, that's what Ree just said to me. Alexandra, Robin Blind, Bup Forte, Cinnamon Challenge, Hash Kush, Magger Guy, and Christina Amazon have all been banned. It's like we say, he will isolate himself over this. I'm very. Seems like everyone agrees with you, Larry. It's funny because it's funny because we both have the same criticism for like Rathbone. The difference is I don't turn it into a targeted harassment campaign. I just point out, hey, you know? Hey, anti-corporatist. So silly. And he added me to the list because I'm an Twitch affiliate. I haven't streamed in 3-ish years. This is funny. This is funny. I don't know, but I feel like there's an Assad effect. I'm just gonna say, I feel like there's a certain. Change your name to Classy Larry, I should. I feel like there's a certain, like, Bashar al Assad effect over here where, when people mass ban my community, I don't know why, but they just. They eventually. they eventually just don't stream so much anymore, because when you do that, you're isolating yourself from all of these comrades who, like, look, I would disagree with you about China and Russia and stuff like that, and that's fine. We can do that, right? If you can be for, like, the liberation and disagree with me on positions, like, that's fine. The targeted harassment campaign is the problem. And when you do that, and when you continue this targeted harassment campaign, and when I have all of the receipts and a lot of comrades are familiar with me, you're gonna end up isolating yourself like that. It's just like how when they tried to come for Wasiah Whitebird, and Wasiah doesn't even have an online presence. He just got elected one time to city council. And actually, part of the charges of us harboring Knotsballs and stuff is because Wasiah Whitebird, 10 years ago, after being elected to city council, got an interview with Caleb Maupin at the time, who was really known for being an RT reporter at that time, and not much more. That's the reason why he says we harbor Knotsballs. Because of one interview that Wasiah Whitebird gave, because he was elected to city council as one of the only open natives and communists to have ever been elected to a city council in Wisconsin. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. ACP is a cancer. And trust me when I say Kubashi, nobody has been Nobody's been more militant against Midwestern marks and ACP than Larry. Over 10 years I've been trying to get people to see that ACP and Midwestern marks are like this deeply reactionary organization. And it felt like it took about 10 years to get anybody to start paying attention to it, to be honest. Laney, it's a teachable moment for privileged folks of what not to do. Don't do any single one of these things. Listen, repair, harm. That's all anyone wanted. Yep. Exactly. Delete the about section and don't do this harassment campaign. Every one of my bans hasn't been for saying anything. It's just watching this stream. I hate to do this to you, Hash. I just gotta see. Yep. Why? Anyway. So if you're banned from somewhere that you've never watched before or that you've never seen, hey Pyrie, if you ever get banned from somewhere that you've never watched before, it's because you watch Larry. Hi. Now why? Okay. Good.
Awesome.
Good. Bug used the litter box today.
Yay.
Yay! Bug used the litter box. Bug used the litter box.
Something a basic cat should know how to do.
I spent a month trying to teach that cat to use the litter box. Yeah, you were gone babysitting a dog at the time. I had to sleep in the room with her going wow, wow, wow all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did well though.
Yeah, she did.
A crate train a cat.
Yep, crate train a kitty. It's wild, wild stuff. Hey there, K-Spy, I see you do. You're going to tell Kay about how Larry is right now decrying the nutsballs he takes issue with and claims to ally with, or are you just going to continue cherry-picking bits? I'm guessing the latter, Almec. I like how they're using names with spy right in them. That's funny.
Hi, Nooms.
This is the old girl.
Old lady.
It's like when Zy Squirrel banned us all from Twitter because of Aaron. Oh god. How many cats do we have? 4? 5.
Fuck off.
What?
4.
Okay, 4. I don't know, there's a lot of animals around here. There's ducks and cats and chickens. Jesus.
5 if you include the cat upstairs. That's funny.
I don't want to check my bands, it's embarrassing. Here, 2-0 for Twitch, you want to see something impressive? Check out my bands. Yeah, check out how many places I've been banned from. 2-0 for Twitch. Watch. Here we go. I just get a bunch. Yeah, right here. The first one, this one that's the one that's a number is Famous Horse. Nico Girl, I Dan Simpson, Devil EMS, Kyle the Communist, Faye Alicia, Jason Society, and Squidadeer.
Missing out. Missing out.
Yeah, missing out on all those banger streams. I'm assuming they're friends of Carpe, Sam. Or whatever, or that group or something. I saw someone banned from 57 channels. Wow, that's an insta-ban if they came in here.
Oh, can you see how many banned from?
Yeah. Sinister Hand, just Tina too. That's funny. We had our own experience with Tina's 2 audience coming in one time and like trolling us for some reason on while we streamed. Remember that? We were like, "Where are all you people coming from?" And they kept making names like, "You stole Tina's weed." You like it was so strange. I'm like, "What? Why are you? Who are you people? And why are you coming into my stream?"
I have 10 kittens coming in.
I mean, I can check you if you. I can check you if you like, Almac. You have what? 10 kittens. Why so many kittens? Bob, I don't like you up there. Don't like you up there. Oh yeah.
Did you know that they kill kittens
Yeah.
in Brunswick?
What? No.
They kill kittens.
No. I didn't know they kill kittens in New Brunswick.
Yeah, they're SPC shelters.
Okay.
So just kill them. That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, rescue goes there and
Damn. Well, I'm assuming it's because you were watching here. Bob, who are you trying to do yourself? Wait, what are we saying about famous horrors? Oh yeah. See the wild thing is the accusations about the Knott's Bowl thing all start with famous horse. It all comes back to famous horse at the end of the day. The accusations that Squidideer and Kyle use about the Knott's Bowls and related to Wasiah Whitebird comes from fucking famous horse. That time that he just banned me out of nowhere. And it was like, okay, it's fine that you want to ban me, but stop telling people I'm a Knott's Bowl because everybody knows I'm not. And we even had like big mutual contacts like reach out like because famous horse seemed to care about the viewers. What a fucking year. It's a year old, yeah, Laney, since I started basically. Yeah, I'm gonna come smoke it too. Yeah, and now Squid just brings it up all the time like it's fact that we have Knott's Bowls. Apparently, securing yourself against Knott's Bowls is being associated with Knott's Bowls. Apparently, I don't know. It's wild. It's funny how it all connects back like that, isn't it? Again, all back to Wasiah Whitebird. These wild accusations about Wasiah actually, putting in work, being elected to city council, is a communist and a First Nations person in his city. Like, yeah, and again, he was interviewed 10 years ago before people realized that while Falcon and I were trying to tell people Caleb was problematic. Oh shit, and nobody listening to us, including Red. Well, Red would have listened. I guess we didn't get on. We didn't tell him until after the interview and shit. But like, that doesn't make him a Knott's Bowl. Because again, in that same time, like 10 years ago, Luna Oi was interviewed by Caleb Maupin when before anybody realized how toxic and opportunist he was, right? But they don't no smoke for Luna Oi, which is good. Like take the good where we can get it, but for some reason Red, because Red has no online presence. He's a guy who He's a guy who hangs out in his very like limited online spaces and, does his groundwork. Now he's in Vietnam, so he's even more fucked up timing wise than us. Because he's like, it's like fucking, he's like teaching right now. So now, because of these hate watchers, we gotta be extra careful about everything I watch. I gotta pre-screen everything and try and determine if it's like got enough blood. Is this too much of a side butt? Is that too much side boob or too much side butt or something that like one of these spies is now gonna instantly report us and we'll be fucking banned again for 3 days. I gotta be careful of the robo nipples and the shower scenes. Remember those days when we could watch Trailer Park Boys the movie and not get clapped for it? Weren't those good days? No, I gotta be hyper vigilant. There's gonna be more game playing and more kid shows now, I guess. So congratulations, we're watching kid shows. I hope they find joy in their lives. I really do. Lainey, what are you talking about? I'm the one who's miserable, according to them. I'm miserable. My life is falling apart. That's why I'm doing this. Don't you see? Don't you see how my life is in peace? It's in pieces. Pieces. Well, I'll show you how I'm so distraught. My life! My life! I'm so sad about my life. Comrades, I'm just so sad about my life right now. There, felt good to get that out. Alright. Never laughed more in my entire life. Since this year on Twitter, like despite the people coming at me, it's funny. They're raised. They got they got whatever. They got their own prerogatives. They want the views or whatever. Enjoy. Yeah, yeah. Big. I'm known for that spilled bag of rice. Not at all known for advocating for liberation of all.
I would have been friends with Stalin.
True. And as you know, Stalin was scary, scary guy who paid the clouds not to rain. He paid those clouds not to rain, comrades. He made the West put a gold embargo on them, actually. Yep. That's what he did. That's what Stalin did. Did you know that in order to scare everybody, get this. In order to scare everybody, it's time for spooky, scary Stalin story time. Wait. Stalin!
He's a communist. Oh, really? Yep, big communist. Big communist.
Get this.
Oh.
Get this. Did you know to scare everybody? He would pretend to resign 4 times. And he would pretend that he wanted to retire now and go spend time with his family. Just to see if anybody would vote not to keep him as leader. And if they did, he would purge them into the great beyond. AKA, they had to leave the party or something. True story. A friend of mine told me themselves.
Yeah. See ya.
It's true. Yeah, Stalin blamed 5D chess. It sounds to everybody like he's pleading because, he's old and he wants to spend time with his family. But everybody really knows that, oh no, this is just Stalin being a strong, scary man, and therefore we have to vote no, Stalin. You're not allowed to spend time with your family like you're pretending to want to. Oh, wait. Okay, one quick clip and then I'm going to smoke this. Right. Short clip for you right here. And then we'll watch our candy for the day.
სტალინმა ჩემი დიდი ბაბუა დახვრიტა ბატონო.
სტალინი დიდი
So the interviewer here goes, Stalin shot my great grandfather, sir. That's what the interviewer says right here to this old guy. And now listen to his response here.
სტალინმა ჩემი დიდი ბაბუა დახვრიტა ბატონო.
სტალინი დიდი ადამიანი იყო.
ხო.
უბრალოდ არ დახოცამდა შენ ბაბუას.
ხო. ისი იქნებოდა, ხო? ხო.
I mean, you know, I'll let you see that exchange one more time, just in case you need to jot this down, Kyle.
სტალინმა ჩემი დიდი ბაბუა დახვრიტა ბატონო.
სტალინი დიდი ადამიანი იყო.
ხო.
უბრალოდ არ დახოცამდა შენ ბაბუას.
ხო. ისი იქნებოდა, ხო? ხო.
I mean, you know. Kyle's next stream title. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, he told me it was acceptable for him to say that about me, Frank, because I defend Stalin, you see. So because I defend Stalin's legacy and because I push back against the black legend propaganda against him, I therefore must like that. It's like, yeah, bro, that's how it works. All right, that's